Why did Buddha send one of his monks to a prostitute? Buddha with a large group of monks, they were continuously traveling across the land. And they were traveling through the difficult terrains. So whenever they reach any village, they will stay in the village for 2 to 3 days maximum for resting purpose. So Buddha himself passed a rule. When they reach any village, they can stay maximum 3 days. During these 3 days, they have to find food and shelter from the poor village households. The main purpose of this rule is to not to give too much burden for the host. One very fine day, Buddha and his groups reached yet another village, and Buddha asked his monks to find food and shelter for themselves. And everybody went to search for food and shelter. One of the Buddha's disciples, called Ananda, his full name was Ananda Tirtha, happened to be Buddha's elder brother. He went out for searching food and shelter. One night, beautiful lady opened the door for him, and she was attracted by this Ananda's physique. He was very tall and handsome, bright guy, and she was a prostitute. She said, "I heard that monks were looking for food and shelter. Why don't you come and stay with me?" Ananda replied, "I have no issues, but I have to ask Buddha." "Oh, you have to get permission from your guru. Go and ask him. Let's see what he says." Then Ananda came to Buddha and said, "A prostitute in the village, she is inviting me to stay with her." Buddha replied, if she is inviting with so much affection, you should not reject her invitation. Go stay with her." And this did not go well with other monks in the group. And they were asking too many questions to Buddha. "He is a sannyasi, how can you allow him to stay with a prostitute? And this is it, he's gone, he's finished, he's not going to come back." And blah blah blah. Buddha said, "I am on this path because it is the most powerful way to exist. And you are telling me her ways are more powerful than me, then I also should go and join her. Let's wait for 3 days and let's see what happens." Then Ananda went and stayed with the prostitute. And some of the monks from Buddha's group were spying on Ananda. And it's monsoon season, it's very cold. This prostitute gave Ananda a nice silky cloth to wrap himself. You know what monks wear, very thin cotton cloth. It did not resist too much cold. Ananda accepted that silky cloth and wrapped himself. And in the afternoon, she cooked very delicious food for Ananda. Ananda ate everything. And in the evening time, she was singing and dancing in front of Ananda. Ananda sat down and watched everything with absolute attention. These other monks who were spying on Ananda, they decided. They were singing, dancing, and she is giving silky cloth to wrap himself. This is it, finished, he is not going to come back. And they went and informed Buddha. Buddha said, "I told you to wait 3 days, wait." And on the third day, and they all have to rejoin back in the common place to leave the village. Then every other monk and Buddha came. They all are waiting for Ananda. Ananda came very late with the lady monk. Every other monk scratched their head except Buddha. Buddha said, "If you know what you're doing is right, then nobody can corrupt you. Instead, you should change the corrupted." So Buddha himself invited the welcome to the new lady monk into his group, and they continued the spiritual journey. Thank you very much.